Lebanon's emergency services are reeling from a devastating year. The deadly blast of the 4th of August ripped through Beirut and killed more than 190 people. Forest fires and blazes across Beirut have left firefighters exhausted and traumatized, and now their woes have been compounded by scanty resources and budget cuts, and yet they are determined to carry on. Here are their voices.
The
profession of a firefighter is a humanitarian profession. Anyone who becomes a firefighter loves to help, loves to do good. They have it in their hearts, to the extent that we lost 10 martyrs in the blast, and we've lost others before. But if the fire bell rings now, you'll see the guys arguing about who gets to go to the site.
This firefighter's words echo the sentiment of Lebanon's emergency services workers. Every worker has a story to tell. One of loss, despair and sheer helplessness. It has been a devastating year for Lebanon. The August 4th blast at Beirut port killed more than 190 people and wounded thousands. Homes and businesses were reduced to charred rubble. The government resigned amid widespread anger over the blast. And 2 months later, there is still no leadership. Firefighters recount how they had rushed to extinguish the blaze and were engulfed by subsequent cataclysmic explosions.
I have never been through anything like the blast, but we were all supporting each other at the headquarters. You hear stories about what our parents went through, but to personally experience it, it was difficult. But as soon as you're on the ground, you feel like, okay, I have to do this for the others. Not that it's just our job, but we have to be there for the people. You have to be strong for the rest.
This resilience is seen among all the exhausted emergency services workers as they battle other hazards like the string of major fires across Beirut. The coronavirus pandemic, followed by the deadly Beirut blast, have plunged Lebanon into its worst economic crisis. Inflation has soared as the value of Lebanon's currency slumped. Even as Beirut seeks to rebuild itself, firefighters complain of budget cuts, which have left stations with a diminishing fleet of vehicles. Many firefighters call their department, with its scanty resources, a microcosm of their country.
The Beirut Fire Department, since I started 3 years ago and those before me, it's a microcosm of Lebanon. It's made up of people from all sects, from all areas, from all religions. It's a microcosm of Lebanon. The building was demolished and so are people who work there. And the same goes for Lebanon as a whole.
Lebanon's 5,000 civil defense volunteers receive no compensation for their service. The trauma of witnessing these blasts and blazes is hardly spoken about. And so, while they are hailed as heroes across the country, Lebanon's rescue workers are simply awaiting the next disaster. Bureau Report, WION, World is One.